pretty much every single day open up our show to allow you to, voice your, issues, maybe figure things out with a community. We call it like group therapy. Now, every now and then we get inspiration from Reddit. This one comes from Am I a Jerk?
Yeah. So it says, I am a 34-year-old male, had a birthday just yesterday. My girlfriend, 36-year-old female, offered to bake me a cake. Mm-hmm. I told her I would prefer a chocolate cake, devil's food, with chocolate icing, nothing fancy.
Delicious.
She's usually a great baker. And I guess she thought that wasn't sophisticated enough or something because she baked me a chocolate cake with vanilla icing between the two layers of cake, then surrounded in chocolate frosting. The cake was fine, but I was disappointed because it wasn't what I wanted.
Oh.
She must have noticed, asked me if I was disappointed, so I was honest with her. Yes, I was disappointed. It wasn't the cake I asked for. I said if I wanted vanilla in the cake, I would have asked for vanilla in the cake.
Oh.
Didn't make a scene, didn't pout. I even ate half of a slice, the chocolate part. She got upset with me and said, but I've made vanilla cakes before and you liked it. I pointed out I don't mind vanilla icing, but it's not what I wanted for my birthday.
Oh.
Her feelings were hurt. She even pulled I'm not going to make you any cake next year, which I replied with, I'll order my own and get my money back if they don't do it like I want.
Oh, gosh.
Apparently, that was the last straw. She asked me to leave, later texted me that I embarrassed her in front of her kids, and now she won't reply to my messages. I think birthdays are important things, and I feel like I was honest with her when she asked me. I didn't want to lie about it. My friend told me I should have been grateful that she made me a cake at all, especially one I've eaten and liked in the past.
Yes.
Maybe I overreacted a bit, but yes. I don't feel like I did, though I don't feel like I did, and hope to get a second opinion. So, am I the jerk?
So he's pouting about cake?
Yeah, he is. Because it's my birthday, and I told you what I wanted.
I wanted to have a princess tiara, and I can cry if I want to. I want it all about me. Listen, buddy, you're an adult now. Birthdays after 21?
Yeah.
Birthdays are just another year.
Yeah. And the fact that she went through the effort to, I think she got most of it right, and she wanted to put a little surprise twist on it. And she didn't realize that you were going to just go overboard with not being happy about it.
Okay, so hypothetically speaking, it's my birthday and my wife makes me a cake that is not necessarily my favorite. Which, can I be completely honest, I like cake, so it's not like I'm gonna it's
you're gonna roll with it.
It's a no miss situation, right?
Yeah.
So, but let's just say hypothetically, she makes a cake, and I was like, maybe she asked, she's like, hey, what kind of cake you want? I'm like, I want a devil's food cake or a German chocolate cake or something like that.
That's what she's gonna give you,
or a carrot cake. Yeah, exactly. She's gonna give me that, but. Let's say, for example, something happened, and she was like, they didn't have carrots at the farmer's market, so I made you this instead.
But then she'd be honest with that, like, hey, I wanted to give you what you wanted, but I couldn't, and this is why.
Right. But let's just say she rolled with it, and she's like, hey, happy birthday, here's your cake. Everybody's singing happy birthday to me. I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that's not a carrot cake. That's definitely that's just
You're not saying that.
Yeah, I'm saying it in my head. You know, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So I roll with it, I eat it, and then maybe a couple weeks later, I'm like, hey, let's make a carrot cake.
Right.
I'm still in the mood for a carrot cake, and like, okay, and then we can do that. Like, why can't we do it as a?
Yeah, I've never been on board really with telling someone to their face, I don't like what you did for me, especially if it's a gift. Or she went through the effort to make it. Like, I'm never going to say, yeah, it was my favorite. I'm just not going to say that.
Right. Well, yeah.
It's hurtful.
But that's like you and me. You know, right. Not everybody's built that way. Some people have a very low filter, or some people, are just very cut and dry with things. Justin texts in and says, look, I'm a 15-year-old stuck in a 43-year-old's body, but I get that I eat what is given to me. So
exactly.
He is the jerk.
Yes. I think you appreciate you just say, thanks, babe. I really appreciate the effort.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't think that we tell her, that's not what I asked for.
Bethany says a layer of vanilla. How dare she? The audacity!
I know. It's not like she could completely miss the mark altogether and just gave him a completely vanilla cake. Mm-hmm. It's mostly chocolate, just add a little twist of vanilla icing in the middle.
All right, we'll give you kind of the update on what the original poster said afterwards, okay?
Okay.
And then a couple of the other comments here on the way. And I don't know if you have a story that's similar, but you feel free to share that too. 502-795-1997. We'll get to that next. In the middle of Am I a Jerk for being honest with his girlfriend when she asked a question about the birthday cake she made him. You see, she added a layer of vanilla when he just wanted devil's food chocolate cake with chocolate icing.
Pretty simple, he thought.
Yeah. I'll tell you what he responded with in a moment, and you will be like, what? Here in just a sec.
Okay.
A couple other text messages. Stacy says she is the jerk. He specifically told her what he wanted, and she did not listen.
Okay.
All right.
I see that.
Jessica said, yes, you are the jerk. If she made something she knew he didn't like or even didn't know if he would like, maybe that would be different. But it sounds like she just added a little something extra that she knew he had previously liked. And he's 34? I wonder if maybe her kids helped her make it, and that's why she was so offended by it.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
Another text. Can I please give this guy some of my actual adult problems?
I know, right? Another, I realized he threw his tantrum in front of actual children. The girlfriend really better dump him soon so your kids don't learn this type of behavior.
Oh, that's true. Like, it's teaching them that being ungrateful is okay.
You're the jerk, not necessarily for saying the cake wasn't what you wanted, although I would have kept my mouth shut, but for the way you spoke to her. It's so incredibly rude and disrespectful. You're not 15. She's your partner who did something nice for you. If I had a partner who spoke to me like that, I would be out the door immediately.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So this is what he said. After seeing all the responses, I've apologized to my girlfriend for being the partial jerk.
The partial jerk?
But also asked her for an apology as well because it looked like the results were about 50-50. She hasn't replied yet, but I assume I'll hear from her today. She is probably just thinking about how she can best apologize to me.
Oh, no, I think she's packing her things if she needs to. And we're done.
Oh, my God.
Oh, bless his heart.
And then this is the best. She kicked him out and won't respond to his messages. Dude is probably already dumped and just hasn't realized it yet.
Nope, he hasn't realized it yet, especially if he is. She's thinking about the best way to apologize. So he's probably going to critique her apology, too, if she were to do that.
Oh, my gosh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, we have the response up on the post up on Facebook at Ben and Kelly Show. You can take a look at that. But yeah,
Did we learn something, guys? Did we? I felt like we learned something.
Eat the cake. Cake is cake.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like cake is.
I love cake.
You know, cake and pizza are a couple things where it's like, pizza, even if it's mediocre pizza, it's still good because it's pizza. Cake
right.
is like,
and you can take toppings off if you don't like whatever. But I mean, she got it mostly right. And again, she's trying to do something good. She put effort into it. She made it. She just didn't go buy it. She made it.
Mm-hmm.
So appreciate that.
Now, one last little comment was, hey, well, why did she ask him what cake he wanted if she was going to make something else?
That is a valid point. That is a valid point. So maybe there's lessons to be learned on both sides here.
Sometimes some of us as adults don't get a lot of presents anymore, and the only thing you look forward to is the cake. And if someone is telling you that they're making you one, and then you ask, and they ask you what you want, you kind of build that up in your head. And then when it isn't what you told them, you're bummed. Now, I don't know if I would have handled it the way that guy did, but still. All right.
Okay, valid point.
That's a valid point.
Valid point. If you are going to ask, what do you want? And they tell you specifically, they don't just say, oh, you know what? Surprise me.
Right.
They tell you exactly what they want. It's probably going to do you. You're going to get the reaction you want by giving them what they ask for. That said, even if they miss the mark, it's someone doing something nice for you. The polite thing to do, the good thing to do would just be to appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, he was blinded by that. He was blinded to the fact of that, I should say. All right, so there you go. You can see it on Facebook at Ben and Kelly Show.